Hi, in this video I will be describing resting local and action potential. Resting potential is when a neuron is not sending any electrical charges across the neuron's membrane, and it has a resting potential of negative 70 MV. At this stage, membrane is polarized due to the difference in the ion's concentration. That creates an electrical potential across the plasma membrane, due to the inside of the membrane being negative in charge as it contains potassium ions mixed with proteins, and the outside has a positive charge that holds positive sodium ions. Sodium and potassium pumps work to maintain the concentration gradients by transporting sodium out of the neuron and potassium into the neuron by using ATP, and ensures that the neuron is ready to transmit signals. I also wanted to mention that during resting potential, potassium and sodium channels are closed. Local potential occurs when the neuron's membrane is depolarized. This occurs when the dendroid is stimulated by a chemical, light, temperature changes or pressure, making sodium gates to open and diffuse in the ICF. Local potentials are graded, meaning that they vary in magnitude depending on the strength of the stimulus, and their signal gets weaker with distance. Local potential is reversible. It can return to the resting membrane potential if the stimulation stops before reaching that threshold. Action potentials are all or none responses, and the signal maintains the same power regardless distance. When a local potential depolarizes to a threshold of negative 55 MV, moving from a resting potential of negative 70 MV to a peak of positive 35 MV. After depolarization, potassium gates open and remain open for a bit longer, allowing potassium ions to flow to the ICF to the ECF, leading to the repolarization. As the potassium channels stay open longer than the sodium channels, more potassium leaves than the amount of sodium enters, causing hyperpolarization, meaning that the voltage drop 1 or 2 MV more negative than the original resting potential of negative 70 MV. Action potential is irreversible. Once it starts, it can be stopped until it finishes and it reaches back to the resting potentials.